Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I've been saying in so many videos whenever we talk about GOG, I'm gonna do a better job covering GOG. We're gonna talk the GOG deals. We're gonna cover more GOG. And I've failed at pretty much every turn in covering GOG, but I was like, no, the autumn sale is running right now. We're gonna get a video out on covering it because they're doing great work right now. GOG has really established themselves as the premier alternative to Steam, and they are focused on doing their own thing, and they deserve more credit. And we're actually partnered with GOG. If you buy any of these games with the links in the description box below, we get an affiliate kickback. And we've been partnered with GOG for a long time. I just need to actually sit down and make these videos because they do great work. And a lot of you guys are moving over to GOG. You're buying more games on GOG, and more power to you on that. There are some things, I just want a lot of the marquee titles to be available on GOG day one. I think that's one of the big elements they're missing right now. Like, love to see games like Indiana Jones, Silent Hill F, etc., arrive on GOG, but the delayed release, I think, is what's really hurting GOG, and it'd be great if those games were available right out the gate, because I think people are willing to pay a premium on some of these games that come out, but paying a premium on a delayed release, I think that's the issue some people might have. With that being said, we're not looking at games at a premium price point. We're looking at games under the price of $5 in this video. So with that being said, let's get right into it, and let's start things off with a classic, a game that's in the preservation program. Crysis, the original, is 75% off for $4.99. Now, the big thing with Crysis back in 2007, and this was well before I was super into PC gaming, but can your PC run Crysis? That was the big thing back then, and ultimately, it got a lot of attention for its visuals and the focus on, if your PC could run it or not, but it was also a really good first-person shooter with a great world. It had more open levels, and the design of the game was really well done. I think for $4.99, this is a great pickup for the original Crysis, and at this point, everybody can pretty much run the game, but it still looks pretty damn good from a visual standpoint, and just having that in your PC library, I think, is worthwhile. Crysis, great game on that. Unfortunately, Crysis 4, not gonna be a game I think we'll see anytime in the near future, but it is what it is. $4.99 on Crysis, definitely worthwhile to check that out. Next up, a game that I go to bat for all the time, love it so much. Dishonored Definitive Edition is 75% off for $4.99. Another game where I want the latest entry in the franchise. I wanted Dishonored 3. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen with all of the stuff that Arcane is working on, but man, Dishonored 1 is a fantastic game, and with the Definitive Edition, you get the DLC as well, and it's such a well-done action stealth game, and really, I say action stealth, and you can play it exactly how you want to. You can play it with a more action-heavy approach. You can play it with a more methodical stealth approach, and I will say that's probably how I would recommend you to play the game, with that more stealth, methodical approach. I think the game is more rewarding that way, but $4.99 for Dishonored, excellent deal, highly recommend it, just a great game. Next up, we got RoboCop Rogue City. This is 90% off for $4.99. I mean, this game going down to $5 is already an insane deal, but to get a copy you're gonna keep forever for $4.99, yeah, definitely a great pickup there. I'm not a big RoboCop guy, like, I don't watch movies like that, so, like, RoboCop isn't something I'm gonna go out of my way to watch, but, as far as the game goes, like, I like the setting, I like the dialogue, and I thought from a gameplay standpoint, worthwhile there as well. It's not blow away, like, it's not going to be one of your top games of all time, but a decent game to go through, and I think for $4.99, a great pickup there, so definitely would give that a shot. The Saboteur, 75% off for $4.99. Love to see this being available on GOG as well. Recently dropped on a bunch of different platforms. It came out on Steam as well, but Saboteur is a really cool game. It's in that era of PlayStation 3 games that I am so fond of, like the latter portion of the PS3 era, where you just had a lot of weird games coming out, and I would put Saboteur in that category of, I feel like, a lot of big publishers were putting out games that were a little bit off the wall, very unique, an open world action thriller taking you through the seedy streets of Paris as you seek the undermine of the German authority and lead a rebellion. Fight across rooftops and through dangerous alleys and operate a wide variety of vehicles as you navigate your terrain. Phenomenal art style to this game that's so unique as well. For $4.99, a great pickup on that, so definitely would give that a recommendation. Wolfenstein The New Order, 75% off for $4.99. I mean, Wolfenstein's always a pretty good time. Is it a little bit quirky? Is it a little bit zany at times? Absolutely. But I think as a first-person shooter, it's pretty well done, and it's actually fairly lengthy as well. You're talking about, you know, a 11-hour campaign or so, 11 to 12-hour campaign, and for $4.99, great pickup there, and great gameplay, and a solid first-person shooter campaign there for sure. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, 85% off for $4.49. Look, I love Deus Ex. Mankind Divided, I thought was a really good game in a lot of areas. I think narratively, it kind of fumbled the bag by the end, but, you know, it would have been great if we got another Deus Ex game, but that's been canned, so just a bummer as far as the state of the franchise. And Mankind Divided came out all the way back in 2016, almost a decade old at this point, which is so insane to think about. But yeah, the game is still very much worthwhile to go through. I still think it's a great playthrough, and you know, if you like that setting, you're gonna have a good time with it. So $4.49 on that. Great pickup there. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 85% off for $4.49. I mean, I always have that comment of somebody calling me the Tomb Glazer in the comment section, but you know, I love the Tomb Raider game. Since the 2013 reboot, or origin story, however you want to look at it, I think the Tomb Raider games have been so consistent, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, in my opinion, the best of the three games. I think from a narrative standpoint, it's really good. There's a good bit of content. The gameplay is stellar, and for $4.49, again, excellent pickup here. I hope we get the next Tomb Raider game sometime in the near future. It just seems like that's been in development for so long. Like, Tomb Raider should be a franchise that gets consistent game outings. We went 2013, 2015, 2018 for the Tomb Raider Origin Story trilogy, and it's been 7 years, probably at the very least 8 years by the time we get to the next Tomb Raider game. Absolutely, that should not be the case. There should be a consistent series with consistent outings, but yeah, $4.49 on that. Darksiders Warmastered Edition, 80% off for $3.99. Great deal for Darksiders, which is a game that a lot of people drew comparisons to The Legend of Zelda and God of War, and I can understand why those comparisons are made. It's just that making those comparisons, I think, you know, sets the bar too high for Darksiders. Like, Darksiders is a good game. It's not a great game. I think thematically it's really cool. I think it's got some good gameplay, but it's not blow away in the regards of God of War or Legend of Zelda. But I still think it's a solid action-adventure game, and for $3.99, definitely a good pickup there. Next up, we got Heavy Rain, 80% off for $3.99, done by Quantic Dream, and I think this is one of the best games Quantic Dream put out. Really, really well done narrative-driven game, and it's a game that, you know, at this point, it's going to show its age a little bit. Back in 2010, when it initially came out, it was pretty blowaway in a lot of regards. That doesn't hold up as much, but still a very, very gripping narrative, and for $3.99, it's definitely a good pickup. Next up, we have My Friend Pedro, 80% off for $3.99. If you want a quick, to-the-point action title, My Friend Pedro is going to give you exactly that. A violent ballet about friendship, imagination, and a one-man's struggle to obliterate anyone in his path at the behest of a sentient banana. The strategic use of split aiming, slow motion, and the old stylish window breaching create one sensational action sequence after another in an explosive battle through the violent underworld. Again, 80% off for $3.99 on that. Shadow Warrior 2, 90% off for $2.99. Another fast-paced, visceral, action-heavy game. If you want something, again, that's over-the-top action mayhem, you'll find that exactly in Shadow Warrior 2. And $2.99 on that. Great pickup there. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, 90% off for $3.99. I know a lot of you guys aren't super into tactics games, but I think Shadow Tactics is a really, really worthwhile one to go through. I love the Edo Japan setting, though, so, you know, maybe there's a little bit of bias tied to that as well, but a really well-done game, all things considered, with Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, and Mimimi Game Studios has been a studio that's done a lot of great work with tactics games, and for $3.99, a good pickup there. We got The Messenger, 80% off for $3.99. Great deal on a throwback action platformer that can be a little bit difficult. Dynamic acrobatic gameplay and ultra-tight controls worthy of an epic ninja adventure. Character upgrades, new abilities, hidden levels, and branching paths to discover. Meticulously designed 8-bit and 16-bit sprites, animations, and backgrounds in the spirit of the classics. All that for $3.99. Another throwback, we got Shadowrun Returns, a $3.74 on this. When I was getting into PC gaming, like, Shadowrun Returns was a game that was getting quite a lot of buzz, and there is a trilogy. There's Shadowrun Dragonfall in Hong Kong. You can get the entire trilogy for $12.47 if you want to pick that up, but the game is a pretty cool cyberpunk meets fantasy world RPG. A bit of a throwback, but good dialogue, and, you know, the isometric view is something a lot of people will get into. 374 on that. And then lastly, if you want another over-the-top action title, Saints Row the Third, the full package is 374. Saints Row the Third, as much as people like Saints Row 1 and 2, to me, elevated the franchise in terms of perception. A lot of people took notice with Saints Row the Third because I feel like it set itself apart from GTA and just taking the zaniness up to 11, which, you know, some people weren't all about, but I feel like it did set itself apart from GTA, which is something it needed to do. Unfortunately, Saints Row kind of cooked as a franchise after the, what was it, the 2022 game? Yeah, that game was kind of trash, but nevertheless, 374 on Saints Row the Third, the full package. Check that out, a great price point on that. But that'll do it for me. Again, the autumn sale is wrapping up here, but I'm going to try to do my best to cover GOG a lot more because a lot of you guys have asked for it. But beyond that, generally speaking, the Steam videos, you know, from a view count standpoint do better, but I do appreciate GOG's mission, and I want to cover them more, so we'll be on that as best we can. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.